Hi Lewis, great to meet you up on the ranges today and spend some time working on your game. Just to recap on the changes that we've suggested. First of all, what we're seeing here at address on the left hand side are the feet in a quite unnatural position. So they're very square on with your toes, you can see here. Doesn't help your ability to make a good centered turn. As a result of the toes being in from the natural position, the knees will tend to also be kinked in slightly. When the right knee kinks in slightly, the right shoulder tends to just drop a little bit, giving you that kink back look at setup. If we compare that to our friend here in the centre of your screen, both feet flared out in a more natural position, knees out over the feet, and as a result a little bit more level and centered with the shoulders. So from this sort of position, this setup position, what we're going to see with yourself is the left knee kinking in very quickly, and what we're going to see with this young gentleman is the left knee working out more towards the golf ball. As we see here towards the end of your session, what we've got is a little bit more weight on your left hand side, about 55% of your weight on your left, feet flared out a little bit more, knees flexed out over the feet, which is a good key thought for you, to get the knees flexed out over the feet. So you can do with that right leg just flexing a little bit more, and as a result we look a little bit more on top of it, with the shoulders a little bit less kinked underneath it. Shaft angle also appears to be leaning forward slightly, no more than normal, just the appearance that it gives. From the movement of the legs is much better, much more disciplined in the early part of your swing, rather than what we see here at the beginning of your session, where the legs start to get flimsy very early in your move. If we then take that up to the top, again, it's, as we said yesterday, it's a junior style of swinging. It's long, it's loose, and it's a little bit indisciplined. What we're seeing here on the right is a better setup position, and a key thought of making a 3/4 swing. I think you'd agree that the end result is a much better overall move, and much more alike what we're seeing here in the centre of your screen. So overall, a more disciplined movement at that point. So with 3/4 swing, with a weight favouring the left at setup, we then start to get a little bit out in front of it here, and we've got to flip the hands. You can see that release as we come through. That's what we've got to try and get rid of. That in turn ends up in a long finish. Right knee kicking in, sign that you've got very legsy. What we see here is a much quieter turn through it, much quieter pass at it with the hands, much more disciplined follow through. If we look at here, we're trying to make this swing with no release at all. Great first move down. That's world class, much wider than before. Weight moving forward better. Right knee not kicking in quite as much. Still a little bit of flip, but nowhere near as much as before, but we can work on that as we go. And then the finish itself is looking, although a little bit curtailed at that point, looking much more professional than the one we're seeing on the left hand side. So weight a little bit forward, 3/4 backswing, no release. They're your key thoughts, and look forward to working with you again in the near future. Good luck and keep up the hard work. Well done.